What's going on, everybody? On the air with VA3EWV, on the air with VA3EWV AllStar-EchoLink Friday evening net. That's right. We're going to be getting started here in just a second. We already got some tunes going in the background. Let me share the screen because we're going to be having some fun tonight. Let me stop that share with the sound. Let's see it share sound. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think it's sharing. Let me see. Entire screen. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh wow, we got a house full. Bringing joy in the funk, keeping it all alive. Yeah, from Iowa to Bonneville, let's get in the zone with the jazzy funky rhythm. We're gonna get it cranking up here in just a second. I'm gonna add the V3EWV. We've got 1 minute there, bro. So let's get that done. Right now, off there, and go check on the V3 PGC repeater and see what's going on there. Ooh. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Okay, we'll be adding a VE3 PGC repeater to the Friday evening net. Please stand by. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scanner Listeners. This is On the Air with VA3EWV. That's right, we say it twice. On the Air with VA3EWV AllStar-EchoLink net. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We already have some people on YouTube already that have already signed in. We are going to be stopping for any quick check-ins. And then I'll tell you guys how the net runs. So let's check for any emergency traffic. Any emergency traffic, please come now. Okay, I always forget this. We do have the VE3 PGC repeater connected, as well as other repeaters connected. So what we'll do is check for any short time traffic before we get started. Any short time check-ins, please come now. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest with the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink net. Okay, nothing heard. So my name is Ernest, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. I've been in ham for 2 years. Had my HF back in 2023. And I started first with the local ham club. And my first ham radio was my iPhone 6 Plus using AllStar EchoLink. I went on to meet a couple other people that are like sick and shut in. My friend Devin, he's back having surgery now. So we're going to be connecting with AllStar. Also, apartment dwellers, things like that, people in retirement homes, etc., are people that's traveling. And it's a good way to get out there and test it. So this net is also for people that's trying to log in for the first time. So we have patience, and we'll try to let those people get in. Let me pause. So here's how we run it. The first thing is we have a topic of the day. And then the second thing we do on our second round, we have what's going on with you on the weekend. And then the third thing that we do that we don't see a lot of other nets do is, as we've had all this fun, this radio fun, if you have anything that you want to ask a person that you have heard saying something like that was cool or interesting, you can just talk across at the end of the net there and make some new friends. So make sure you have your pen and paper, write those call signs down, write those call signs down, write the information that you have, then let's have some fun. So um, I have a actual bin of questions. So for anybody, because I always have a problem with that. So if anybody's out there on YouTube that's watching, I have all the questions up. So there's a lot on here. So I think what we'll do is this. Oh, this is a good one. If you're not a new person, so if you're new, I'll come up with something else. But here is the question of the day. What equipment did you sell that you regret not having anymore? Again, what equipment did you sell that you regret not having anymore? For new hams, what equipment or what stuff do you want to sell around your house to get a new radio? So I guess that could be the question, okay? So that's the question of the day. What do you what excuse me? What did you sell that you regret that you don't have anymore? That's the question right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take that and put it in the chat with YouTube. We're gonna get started. Okay, the questions posted in the net. I do use NetLogger, so if you guys are following along, NetLogger is called On the Air with VA3EWV. Our first person that was on the net today was VE3KNU. So what you want to do is you come in with your call sign, your name, your QTH, how long you've been the ham, and then that question of the day: what equipment did you sell that you regret not having anymore? Or if you're a new ham, what do you want to sell to get some new equipment? Okay, VE3KNU, go ahead.
VE3KNU, thanks for the invite. The name is Reg. QTH is Greeley, Ontario. Newham, a couple of months now. And I might have regretted selling my motorcycle years ago, but I got over it. Over. Back to the net.
Okay, there we go. So regret. Hey, look, also, I know you're new. One place that is a good place to start and meet a lot of friends is starting a like QRZ. So if you ever not heard of that, I can tell you about it later on. But when I put your call sign in, then bring up any information. So people can use anything they want to. QRZ, Blog of the World, all this different stuff. But QRZ is a good place to go. So everybody that's out there, if you go to QRZ.com and check out my page, just look for Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. You'll see my page there along with my Facebook and YouTube information. Okay, thanks for being out there, and we'll catch you on the next round there, VE3KNU. We'll break with you now, and we'll go with the next person I saw logged in, Kilo 5, Bravo Delta Lima. Come on in.
VA3EWV is announced. This is K5BDL. Well, hello there, Ernest, and everyone on board. It's been a while since I've checked in. Sorry about that. Just so much going on. Work and teaching online for my students. We just got through the summer session and starting the fall semester. But fall semester I like because, things kind of slow down just a little bit because it's a 16-week course versus a 4-week. So that's having to keep up with everything. Bit warm out here, 92 degrees right now with a heat index of 104.
Wow.
I was thinking about mowing the lawn here after a bit, but I think it's still just too hot. So I think I'll wait till morning, just right at sunrise, maybe catch it then. And so, but yes, on the question for tonight, I do regret selling a Icon 706 Mark II G. That's a full HS, VHS, UHF all bander. And I had one, but had to sell it to cover some bills. But, glad I could take care of that. But, I sure did miss that thing. But anyway, maybe someday I'll be able to acquire one again. Back to you, K5BDL.
K5BDL, thanks for being out there. Thanks for participating. So if anybody actually has an extra 706 Mark II-G laying around that you want to give to our friend there, Dale, he'll pick up the shipping. I think that's what he said. We also want to recognize we also want to recognize Whiskey 5 Delta Sierra Lima out there in Arkansas. Thank you for being out there. Excuse me, that was Brad that was saying that. I think I put it on the wrong person. So yeah. Brad says he has a 706 Mark II-G. If anybody wants to give one of those away, he'll take it. He'll pay the shipping and handling, just so you know. Okay. We have Dell, though, on YouTube that has checked in. Glad to have you out there, Dell. I do see 4 other people, so if you leave your call sign, we'll get you in the log. Moving on from our friend there, Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima, we'll pick it up now with NX3F. NX3F, come on in. How you doing this evening?
Hey, good evening to everybody. This is NX3F. My name is Alan, Alpha Lima Lima Echo November. Location is Temple Hills, Maryland. Okay, answer to the first question. Rate I regretted selling. I had a J2 FTX 3000. I sold that to get this FTX 10. So I went from the 3000 to the 10. But I kind of regret selling the FTX 3000. Any other item I had for many, many, many years, I had a motorcycle just like the other gentleman, and I regret selling that, but had to do it to pay off some bills, and I'm sure everybody can understand that one. Back to that control. This is NX3F.
Amen on that. Yeah, you know, bills come first. You know, you got to have a place to stay. Well, maybe not, but you know, you need at least a car or a place to stay to have fun with the radio. That's for sure. All right, Mr. Allen, thanks for being out there, and thanks for sharing there. Up next, VE3. No, we got him first. VE3KNU. So up next on the list is Kilo Golf 5 Foxtrot India. Kilo Golf 5 Foxtrot India. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Ernest and Annette. This is Kilo Golf 5, Foxtrot, India. Name is Jack. I live down in Sunset, Texas, hour and 10 minutes northwest of Fort Worth, Texas. Been a ham since '82. Enjoy the heck out of it. A lot has changed over the years, and that's been interesting. And I don't have any regrets of equipment that I've sold. I lived in Louisiana for 12 years, and work had me moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I had a tower and a 20-meter Yagi house I was in Louisiana, and I obviously wasn't able to take that because of the cement that was trapped in the yard. I kind of wish I had that, but where I live now, I have a little homeowners association. They don't want anything like that. So, no regrets. Everything's been fine. And I'm glad I was able to get in this week. I had a lot of trouble last week, so strange things were going on. Saw your picture today where you were out doing POTA today. Looked like a peaceful setting. So back to you.
Yeah, it's always good to have folks out there. And I was on the riverfront there. On lakefront, riverfront, Ottawa River, downtown Ottawa, Ontario. I was about a 10-minute drive from our nation's capital, the Parliament buildings there. I worked down the road from that at 160 Elgin there, right across from City Hall, and right across from POTA Park. I mean, I walk out the door at work, and there's a POTA Park right there. And then you take about a 4-minute walk from that place, and then you're right at the National Arts Center, which is also a historic site for POTA. You cross the street, and there's Chalmers. That's a POTA historic site. Then you cross the main road and you're on Parliament, and we actually allow people to go hang out on the Parliament grounds. They are doing a lot of construction there right now, so it's there's lots of cranes and stuff going around, so not too accessible, but not for the other reasons. I love being able to go out there and sit on the grass and watch all the visitors. Anyway, thanks for being out there. And look, let me pause. One of the questions that was on the list that I saw, let me just see if I can go back to that. You were talking about HOA, and I saw that one of the questions in our question grid for another net I run, it said something about stealth antennas. So I've been seeing some people out there with some really cool stealth antennas that they put together. So I think that'll be my thing for next time about stealth antennas. I saw something in there about that. So maybe that'll be a good thing to talk about. Okay, we'll break with you now. And again, thanks for being out there. We'll break with you and we'll pick it up with VE3K. No, why do I keep going to VE3K? Or have I? Let me see. Let me get my stuff together here. 1 second. 1 second, folks. Let me check my logger here and see what's going on. Yeah, took VE3KU first. So who's next there? KB6JFL, Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Foxtrot Lima. Please come on in.
Good evening, Ernest and Ed, KB6JFL. In Bakersfield, California. Unfortunately, instead of Huntsville, Alabama, where I really wanted to be. But, oh well, never make any of the big ones stuck way out here in the West. So, anyway, that's the way it goes. And I guess the topic is whatever, if you ever had to sell a product or whatever, the radio or whatever, I think that's what it was, wasn't sure. I didn't get any time as usual. And, I got a bunch of stuff. We got a club swap meet coming up at the end of the month, and I have a bunch of stuff put out there. So, a couple of handhelds, a couple of HF radios, and power supplies. So, stuff that I got to get rid of. No room for it, and I'm not using it, so why hasn't it? So, I might keep one for memory of my dad. Most of it's his stuff, but I can't, I don't have any room for it here. So, other than that, had my fourth daughter had my fourth grandchild yesterday, and
all right, nice.
I'm excited about that. Anyway,
KB6 JFL in the group. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. We have a full house today, and if you're just joining us, my name is Ernest. We run a Friday evening net every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We also post it on YouTube and Facebook, and we have folks out there right now on YouTube. We have 5 people out there on YouTube now. Please leave a message in the chat, and I'll get your name in the log or your call sign. Also, Robert and everybody that's just joined us, the question of the day: what equipment did you sell that you regret having anymore? Regret not having. So what's something you had to sell because you just had to sell it and you regret not having anymore? So Robert, you can come back on in with that answer. Go ahead.
Well, other than not really anything, except for the stuff I was just talking about. Can't get rid of that, but like I said, I don't have the room for it, and just more memories than there is anything of it. So anyway, KB6JFL.
Yeah, I hear that. So before I go into my thing, we have a lot of people out here. Let me just recognize these folks right there. I know you're there. V3 Volkswagen Bug, good to have you out there. Rebecca, for sure. And let's see. Also, we have folks maybe on the VE3 PGC repeater. So let's pause for the calls and see if there's anyone out there on the VE3 PGC repeater that wishes to check in. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, radio Quebec Sierra. Ernest, over.
Good to hear you out there, Jeff. It's been a while since I've heard from you. I'm working out of town every day now, so I spend my week in Ottawa and then come home on the weekend. Jeff is one of my club members here at Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club here in Cornwall. So, Jeff, I think you recently got your license. I'm not too sure, but let everybody know how long your call sign, how long you've been a ham. And the topic today is, what equipment did you have to sell that you regret not having anymore? And I know you used to be a scanner person too. So anything that you had to sell in the past that you wish you had, go ahead. This dumbass.
Well, Ernest, I've been a ham now for a little over a year, since June of some 22nd or something like that. And the thing I regret selling is I had a 536 HP postal code police scanner, which I had, and then my nephew wanted it back, so I gave it back to him. And a couple months or maybe a year or so later, he wanted to resell it, so I bought it back because I liked it a lot. I picked up a lot, and I'm hoping it does the same for me, Over.
Amen to that. That's pretty good. So VA3 Radio Quebec Sierra. That's right. Selling the postal code police scanner. Had to give it back, so you're bummed out. And then you wanted to sell, and you got man. See, that's a good deal there. I like that. It's good to have you out there too, Jeff. And hey, look, we were talking about you today, having the Yazoo radio and having the C4FM. As you see, our friends out there making noises. So I was telling Doug there that I would love to just be on C4FM for this repeater portion. That way we wouldn't have the nonsense out there and there. So I apologize for the dumbassery out there, ladies and gentlemen, on that repeater. Okay, anyone else on the PGC repeater wish to check in, please come now. Okay, let's keep it going. We have Victor Echo 3, Volkswagen Bug. Come on in, Rebecca. How are you this evening? Come in with your name, QTH, call sign, all that stuff. How long you been a ham? And if you'd like to join in the fun, what did you have to sell that you regret not having anymore? Go ahead.
Back, Victor Echo 3, Victor Whiskey Bravo. I was licensed in 1991, and my radio, the only radio that I've ever sold that I regret was a Kenwood TS711A, which is a 2-meter all mode Kenwood that matches the Kenwood 440. And I pawned it years ago, but a friend of mine ended up with it. I could have it back anytime I want, but that's water under the bridge. It's a really nice radio, but he's enjoying it, so we're just going to leave it like that. If it ever comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Back to you.
VE3VWV in the group. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. So that was a Kenwood. What's the model again?
The TS711A. So it's a 2-meter almost, 2-meter only. There was the TS711, the TS811, and the Kenwood TS440. They were all matching radios. So I have the TS711, which is the 2-meter all mode. I have ICOM now, which are all mode, all bands. So I play with them rather than try and get that one back.
Yeah, I hear that. So thanks for sharing that, and it's good to hear from you again too. Us ham folks, we have busy lives outside of radio. I guess that's a topic for another day too. What do you do outside of ham radio? I was off the radio except for my Friday evening net. I've been off the radio for a month and a half on HF, and I've seen my lead that I had was just monopolizing since December, January, February, March, April, May, June. And then the wife said, hey, you need to spend some time with us poolside. And some fellow from Barrie, Ontario, goes down to Nova Scotia, does 73-something parks, I don't know how many lighthouses, and a portrait in a pear tree. And he did so much in that 1 month that it's going to take me months to catch up, but I'm not going to catch up because he goes out there all the time. I don't know if he's retired or not, but I'm not retired. I have a family of 5, the wife, full-time work, and I'll go out there and get 20, and then I'll hear my phone going off at 2 o'clock in the morning with the ham alert thing, and he's doing 2 or 3 more parks. So I guess I can kiss that dream goodbye, but it was good while it lasted. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody else out there that wanted to check in on the V3 PGC repeater. The VE3IDK or whatever it was, it didn't connect tonight out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. So I have to check with the network person on that. Any other calls on the PGC repeater, please come now. Okay, thank you for everybody for sticking in there with us. The count keeps going up on the YouTube channel there, so that's good to see. So the thing that I had to sell, so it doesn't have to be radios, it can be anything. I moved from Louisiana, and someone else was talking about moving, and I sold all my radio equipment to come here, to Canada, actually to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. So I sold everything I had a plant with me, which is funny. I still have that plant now. That plant's over 30 years old. I brought a joystick with me, a plant, some clothes, three cans of gas in the back of the car, 3 cans of water, the U.S. military cans there. I was in the Army at one time. And I sold, I didn't have a tower, but I had a very nice, I guess, telescopic pole, Antron 99 that just worked like the charm. And then I had this antenna that it had three, I forget what it's called, a super scanner. But it had I thought it rotated when I bought it, and it doesn't. You just flip the little knob, and I guess it would just, polarize from whatever side it was. So I had to get rid of that. And then my TriStar 240, folks. It was the latest and greatest thing out for CB radio. TriStar 240 had FM on it, something else on it. And let me pause. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor for Station ID. Yeah, it had a toy box. And I know people are screeching their ears right now, but I went to a little place, a little truck stop there, and had a toy box made for it. I had a 500-watt Texas Star amplifier, and all those things I was never able to get ever again. And it was a lot of fun having it, the noisemakers. But I regret having to sell all that stuff, but I don't regret being here in Canada. So that's my story. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. But if I did, please come down before we go to our second round. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the AllStar-EchoLink Friday Evening Net.
2 Echo 2 Echo Quebec Lima. Good afternoon.
There we go. John, come on in. How's it going?
VA3EWV-VE2-EQL/VE3 in Monkland, Ontario. Good evening to everybody on the net. Going good. Just finished supper and just cleaning up the office a little bit. Got to make things nice and tidy. Back to you.
Roger on that, John. Good to have you in there, coming out of Monkland, Ontario. John, the question of the day was, what equipment did you sell that you regret not having anymore? Anything that you had to sell along the way that you regret selling, you wish you still had it? Over.
That's a tough one. I have to say I had no, but yes. A Helicrafters SX100. It was in immaculate condition. It had the 2 load styles, the 2 knobs, the S meter. It was in beautiful working condition. It was the Mark III, and it was made in the 1959, 1962, 63 era, or 64. And I got this from the original owner.
and then I sold it. And I have to say, I always regretted that. The audio on a tube receiver is different. With that, that's net control.
Man, I'm telling you. See, that's just it. Some of these things you part with, just like breaking up with your first girlfriend. You know, well, to me, that was like it was like breaking up with a good girlfriend or something that had to move out of town. Thanks for John for being out there. Anyone else on the repeaters that wishes to check in, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Julie, India, Charlie.
Yeah, Victor Alpha 3, Juliet, India, Charlie, come on in.
Everybody on the net. Things I regret getting rid of. Well, it was probably the Antron 99 way back when. Probably a Moonraker 8. I'm going to say probably a 2950 and a DAC radio.
The 2950 and a DAX, DAX, Delta X-Ray Lima, a DAX radio. Yeah. What is that?
DAC is a DAK, DAC. CB radio, upper oversight there.
Okay, Roger. Hey, look, while I got you here, I am sharing my screen on the YouTube there. I have the Digital Voice United Kingdom multimode round robin net, hosted by Digital Voice New Zealand, Saturday evenings at 2100 hours UK and 2000 hours UTC. How to find us? There you see it. The free Fred, FREED-MR, Talk Group 53085, D-Star, X-Ray Lima X-Ray 299-U, AllStar Node 511780, and hams over IP 35002. The net's on all the time. If you want more information about it, just contact VA3GIC. He's on QRZ out there. Oh, and you have some phones. You know I'm going to plug you for the phones before we get out of here. We have new people out here. Tell them about the phones. They're over.
Roger that. Well, it's Victor Alpha 3 India Charlie again. I have a bunch of 303s and some 504 Cisco phones. No power supplies with them. If you want to take the shipping, they're yours. Just get in touch with me.
There you go. I have a missed call today. I have a friend there, Hotel India 8 Delta. Hotel India 8 Delta. And we celebrated 100 QSOs yesterday while I was on the riverside there. And I called him up there and I said, hey, man, we just hit 100 QSOs. But he saw my phone and he saw the video. He lives in wherever Hotel 8 India Delta is. And he got him one and he got a hold of me. And he tried to call me, but I was at work. So I see that there's a contact on my phone there. So pretty good stuff. Thanks for being out there. All right. Any other folks on the repeaters? Let's check in before we go to our round two. Okay. If I did not miss anyone, we got to speak with today Victor Echo 3 Kilo November uniform, a new ham. In case everybody's taking notes out there, we got to also speak with Brad there, Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima. We got to speak with Dell, Whiskey 5 Delta Sierra Lima, Mr. Allen, NX3F, Mr. Jack, Kilo Golf 5 Foxtrot India, Robert there, Kilo Bravo 6 Juliet Foxtrot Lima, Jeff, VA3 Radio Quebec Sierra, Rebecca, VE3WV, John, VE2EQL, James, VA3JIC, and yours truly, VA3EWV. Okay, now here's the nosy part. What's everybody doing for the weekend? We're going to start at the top with VE3KNU. What are you doing for the weekend there?
Yeah, this is VE3KNU. For the weekend,
whole lot. I got back from 6 weeks vacation from New Brunswick, RVing, and taking a break,
Nice.
and be back out mid-September. Back to the net.
That sure does sound like a lot of fun. I don't know who's on an RV before, but we did. And that's something I regret selling now that I'm in ham radio. We had a RV. I forget the something river. It was very nice. We bought it. We went to the place to get it, and we said we have a Ford Equinox, yada yada. Chevy Equinox, yada yada yada. And we're looking for an RV that won't sway it and all this stuff like that. And we went to the car dealership, and we kept going back and forth. And we got that. And we had lots of fun with it, and it really saved us during COVID because I was out living in that RV parked in front of my yard when I was in the big city of Canada, Ontario, because my wife had health issues and stuff. So I was out there doing that. And it was doing videos out there too. So if you guys look for Mr. Tuppalova, MRTUPPALUVA, I was out there doing Tupperware videos in my RV during COVID. That'll be something fun for you guys to watch. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, yeah. So glad to have you out there. Good you got to do 6 weeks there on the RV. And okay, I know you're waiting to go out again. Thanks so much. Okay, next up. Kilo 5, Bravo Delta Lima. Brad, are you still there with us?
Sure am. VA3EWV and this is K5BDO with round 2. Well, for the weekend, off work this weekend, so my wife and I might be traveling tomorrow up to Fort Worth. That's about roughly a little over 2 hours from here, 2 hours west from Tyler, and go visit some friends in ministry. There is around the church there at Eagle Mountain Lake. And on the way there, we might stop by Cedar Hill State Park. I think it's US 2996.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken, and do a little bit of POTA. I think this weekend's the North American CUSA party, so we might be able to with that, make some contacts for that contest as well as POTA. So maybe a good weekend to do that. I'm charging up the batteries and going to get we both have a Zygo G90 where we can go out to the field and light up the air. And right now, just sitting outside with our house cat and listening to the scanner, see what kind of shenanigans are going on around our city. So plenty out there, of course. But of course, it's early. It's only about 7:38. 7:36. I'm sorry, Central Time. So it's still early. So anyway, I think that's about it for right now. If I think of anything else, well, I think we got a third round later. Back to you, K5BDL.
Okay, K5BDL. That's already a whole lot of fun. I'm just going to go ahead and stop you right there. You know, going to the ministry and stuff like that, especially if they sing. Come on now. This boy's from Louisiana. We used to hit those buses and go to those anniversaries and stuff, you know, like the pastor anniversary, the choir anniversary. And I only went to churches that serve food. I know the Lord's looking at me saying, really? But I'm just telling you what the Lord knows, and that's the truth. I was definitely going and hitting those places and having a lot of fun and enjoyed music ministry. I was always behind the pulpit, but not the preacher. I was always in the choir in the band, or because churches down south, they do have a band. Let me pause for the calls right quick. Okay, I've just brought up on the screen there, if you're watching on YouTube, I use WRL, and they do have a I forget what it's called, but they do have what is this thing called? Anyway, they have all the things that are going on, all the contests. So if you go to their website, I'm not doing a plug for them, but I see there that the 16th and 17th, it is the North American QSO party. So if you're a new ham and you're trying to get your feet wet, those things are good to have. If you're like me that was trying to get certain, so if you're doing POTA and you're trying to get all your 50 states, that's kind of good to do that. So that's happening 16th and 17th. On the 16th and 17th too, the CVADXCW. Okay, so that's going to be happening. And also on the 17th, ARRL Rookie Roundup. So isn't that's cool? So, people have been talking about the conditions are bad, but when you have those things, you can have bad conditions, but everybody's on the radio. There you go. All right, let's move on down the line and see what we got next. Because I've lost my place. Okay, KB5. Okay, here we go. Whiskey 5 Delta Lima Sierra. You're on YouTube. You can put in a comment. Okay, he says, I'm going to work POTA this weekend. There you go. See? Already read my mind. Thank you so much there, Dale. Okay, next person, NX3F. Mr. Allen, what are you doing for the weekend? Anything fun? This guy, this damn dude here. Mr. Berber.
Yeah, VA3EWV, NX3F. Well, I got to play electrician tomorrow, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. I may turn the radio on and get a few contacts on that on HF. The fella who I forgot his call and his name who had the helicopter shortwave receiver. Man, you hit a nerve with me, man, because that's where I came from back in the 60s. Those old helicopter shortwave receivers, especially the tube ones. Those were the fun days. Good times. Okay, back to net control from NX3F.
NX3F in the group. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. That's right. I like to hear that. See, this is what this net's all about, having some good times. And make sure when y'all come to this net, make sure you have pen and paper. I'm telling you. Or you can go back and look at that's good. You can always go back and look these folks up on QRZ and say, hey, you're talking about that such and such radio. I had the same one and all that. We're up to 9 people on YouTube looking in and having fun right now. Drop your name and stuff in the chat. There is a chat. Or come join us, right? Or come join us. We're on EchoLink and AllStar, so that's VA3EWV-L. If you want to connect that way, we'll be glad to have you. Also, if you have AllStar 60092, there you go. And when I get fancy, I'm gonna have my my phone done. I just haven't had time. I'm gonna have my phone connected to it, and hopefully I can get a talk group or something on my DMR. There we go. Okay, who's next? That was Mr. Allen. Mr. Jack, if you're still there, Kilo Golf 5, Foxtrot, India.
Yes, I'm still here. KG5FI. What am I doing this weekend? All week long, my wife and I have been celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary.
There you go.
Which is actually tomorrow. Last night we went to a concert up in Oklahoma. Peabo Bryson.
Oh yeah.
Old-time Motown singer, and he's quite old now. I don't know how old. And he didn't look it, but his voice sure didn't sound like it. He got a whole lot of energy. Had a beautiful show last night that we enjoyed, and we had a nice steak dinner last night. And we're at home now, but tomorrow morning we're going to eat again at a nice restaurant in what we call the Stockyards in Fort Worth. It's like a Western themed place, and we have a favorite restaurant there. We're going to eat around 11 o'clock, and then we're going to an afternoon rodeo across the street from this place, and that's what my wife and I are going to do to finish off our 50th wedding anniversary week celebration. And to change the subject, was the man you talked about having 100 contacts, was that HI8D, was that the call sign? Over.
Roger. Hotel 8 India Delta. Yeah, that's him. That I've had. We hit 100 contacts yesterday. Because when you're using WRL, it will tell you how many contacts you've had together, right? So yeah, yeah, that's him.
The fellow that I talked with while I'm doing FT8 was Hotel India 8 Delta from the Dominican Republic. His name was David. Had many contacts with him, but not HA to ID though. And then the other thing was the fellow from Texas, Tyler, Texas, who was just on, talking about going to visit with a friend who has a church, Eagle Mountain Lake. I used to live at Eagle Mountain Lake. There's a pretty big community there. I lived there for about 12 years. Moved out here into the country. So we had a very busy week, very fun week, and again celebrating a 50th wedding anniversary. And I'm sure tomorrow after we get back to the rodeo, I'll get on the radio. I try to as much as I can. So back to the net. This is KG5FI.
KG5FI. Okay, I have some updates for you. Number one, congratulations. 50 years of fun. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody give him a round of applause. That's a blessing. The wife and I celebrated 25 on on June 12th or something. No, 17th or something. See, that's what happens. I know it was around Father's Day. There's a story about that, but I'll tell it to you later. And y'all got a lot of stuff happening. That's great. I was a little bit sleepy there at the end of it. I'm like, man, these guys got they're 50 years and they got energy, so that's good. P.O. Bryson, born in 1951, 74 years old. Yeah. And yeah, my parents love some P.O. Bryson. I was just looking at that on the Google there. Yeah, so that's cool that y'all got to see the old boy live. And you know what? Sometimes when you have the singers and the bands that we all know and love, and you know their songs, by the time they get in those ages of 70 something years old, their voices don't get as high as they used to. But some of these cats, they can still do it. You know what I mean? So there you go. I'm glad you guys are having fun out there, and happy 50th anniversary from all of us. All right, the second part of that, yeah, it's Hotel India 8 Delta. It is David. I'm showing it on the screen now from Dominican Republic. It says you have 100 QSOs with Hotel India 8 Delta. So that's pretty cool. Yep. So I was like, man, we just hit 100 contacts. And we have worked almost all the bands and all the modes. We haven't done CW, but I've worked him on almost everything. Oh, no, not 2 meter, not 70 centimeter. Not 160 either, but everything in between. And man, he's almost all. I must have a direct link to that guy because no matter what the condition, it's just like bam, he's there, eh? Okay, man, this is a lot of fun. Let's see where. Let me pause for a second. Anybody on the VA3 PGC repeater wish to check in before we keep on down the log? Go ahead again. Try it one more time. Try it one more time. There was someone trying to check in, and we did not hear him. Try it one more time. Okay, now I got lost in my. I have a list here, and I got lost in the list. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. The 50 years, that must have been Mr. Jack. Okay. We'll bring it down to Mr. Robert, KB6JFL, if you're still there. I don't see him there, but he could be. KB6JFL, if you're still out there, come on in. If not, we'll go to the next person. Okay, Jeff, Victor, Alpha 3, Radio Quebec Sierra, are you still with us? Over. Okay, nothing heard from the repeater there. We might check again. Okay, I think Rebecca has gone. V3 Volkswagen Bug. Thank you all for being out there nonetheless. V2EQL, are you still out there? Over.
Ernest and everybody on the net. The question was, what's the plans for the weekend? Well, tomorrow afternoon I'm going to my fraternity barbecue and do some work around the house and take it easy on Sunday. Hopefully go for breakfast to the Lions Club or to another organization's breakfast. And with that, I'll pass it back to you. No more traffic.
Roger, John. Yeah, thanks for being up. Man, I tell you, I saw a couple of your messages and stuff, and I saw some emails, and I even had I joined CW Ops there. And by the way, I have joined CW Ops to try to learn CW. I showed them the key that I have, and they said it's not satisfactory. And then they gave me some suggestions, but it was from eBay, and I forget the name and brand of the thing they were trying to get me to get. But I was looking at it. By the time I do exchange, by the time I do brokerage fees, because you got to worry about that. I've bought stuff before, and I have it on my my OneNote. I paid for something that was around $150. I wound up paying $183 or something like that for brokerage fees. So that was brutal. And then the thing didn't even work, and I had to ship it back. So that was sad. Anyway, John, I see you have a lot of stuff going on with the fraternity. That's great. I will be at the Lions Club breakfast on Sunday if you're there. I do have your deep cycle battery, and I did not know the whole time you let me use it. I've never seen it die, but this time I ran the hell out of it, and I used it for about 6 hours straight because that's the only I got to go play pony yesterday. So I stayed out there until the damn battery died. That's right. It was after midnight, and I was like, well, maybe if I don't talk, it'll get a little bit more energy. And I was running 50 watts, by the way. But I also had my laptop on it. I also had something else on it and something else on it. So yeah, I got to get that back to you. And I'm gonna go ahead and get me one. It's heavy as hell. But if you're doing it all day, it'll be good to do. Okay, John. Anything from you for last words before you go?
Negative. With that, I'll wish everybody a very good evening and hope to catch you on the air next Friday or who knows. This is Victor Echo 2, Echo Quebec Lima /VE3 is going to be QRT and going back to net control. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we do have Poto Boy out there. Kilo Delta 8 Lima Hotel Romeo. He says, hello, everybody. He regrets selling his Yaesu FT1000 MP. Congratulations to the folks that just celebrated their 50th, he's saying. And he says, hey, look, try 70 or 70 centimeter. You never know. You might be able to get the Hotel India 8 Delta. Like he said, it's called, Hotel India 8 Delta. You might be able to do that. So thanks for being out there. He says he has a 14-2-meter Yagi, so you never know. All right. Also, folks out there on YouTube, if you want to put your comments in the chat, we'll definitely get a hold to you. Okay, where was I? Jeff, VA3 Radio Quebec Sierra, are you there? Okay, we're down to Mr. James, VA3 JIC, Juliet India Charlie. Come on in.
All right, Ernest, well, thanks so much again. And what's going on this weekend? Well, I think tomorrow maybe I will look at some new 3D prints, maybe. Radio stuff, I would think so. I'll see what I can find and maybe print off some other stuff. That's pretty well my weekend. Back to you, Ernest.
Roger. Also, thanks for being out there for sure. I think I may have covered everybody, I think. Who have I missed? Because I'm going to be telling what I'm doing for the weekend next. Have I missed anybody? If I have, please come now. Speak now or forever don't hold your peace. Come on in.
PTOT.
Ah, Yes, Pete. VE3TOT, or is that it?
Tango Oscar Tango.
All right, Pete, come on in. How's it going?
Going well. I got up my antennas and I've got the HF rig tuned up and made multiple contacts in the last week. So the last 2 weeks have been really good. The computer in the shack died, and I have it apart here, trying to figure out how to fix it. And what else? That's about it.
Hey, look, we got somebody else on there too. But before you go, the question of the day, I know you're just getting here. Our question of the day was, let me just try to pull it back up again because I want to hear that. I don't know if you're a new ham or not. I know you have your license, but I don't know when you got it. But anyway, the question of the day was, what equipment did you sell or anything? It doesn't have to be radio related. Is there something that you had to sell that you regret not having anymore? Over.
Well, it's basically an antique. It was my first HF rig that I really never used. It was a Drake transceiver from the 1960s. It would be nice to have it today, and I gave it away for dollars at a ham fest.
Man, that's got to be heartbreaking for sure. Hey, look, if you can stick around a little bit longer, go ahead. That's Pete. He's a member of our club here. He's from Alexandria, Ontario. And yeah, it's good to see Pete out there and good to see that your radios and antennas are up. All right, KJ5 GVQ, come on in. Go ahead.
Good evening, Ernest, and all on the net. This is KJ5 GVQ. Wasn't for sure I was going to make it in there. I just happened to flip over. I was like, man, I got to see, and I didn't know if y'all would still be on. And but either way, it's really good to get to talk to y'all. Happy Friday, and I hope everybody had a great week. Back to you.
Hey, KJ5 GVQ, man, look, we own the whole hour no matter what. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that now. I was told I can't talk to myself because that'll be broadcasting, but I'm going to be here the whole hour. Let me tell you. Hey, while you're out there, I was going to ask you, oh, yeah, our question of the day was there any equipment or anything like that that you had to sell that you regret selling? Could you have any comments on that? Over.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm only been in for a year, and I haven't sold anything. I'm kind of one that don't like to turn loose of stuff. I've collected all kind of radios just in my first year, and I haven't sold any. I did give away a bow thing. A guy wanted it, he had helped me out, a little HT. But I did years ago. We'll just say this, years ago, and I regret it, although I did it for a good reason. I gave away a bunch of my CB equipment to a young lad, trying to get him interested in the hobby. Back to you.
See, that's what I'm talking about, and like it don't have to be CB related, So I know there's probably some things we had to part ways with, and see it go down the road. I'll tell my story right quick before everybody has to get out of here. I had a radio that was gifted to me by a good friend I had made right before he passed. It became Silent Key. He said, Ernest, if you get your license, I'll give you a radio. And I tested the first time, failed. Tested the second time, failed. Went to visit him, helped him move out the trailer into his new place. Or I just took a lot of stuff out the trailer there. Didn't help him move to his new place, but I was helping him get stuff sorted out. And took the third test and failed, and I was like, dog it. And then he passed away. So I was really bummed out about that. I went on to pass it, of course, but it's not to get the radio. I just wanted to pass it. And so I called his wife up, who was a ham as well, and I said, hey, look, it's not about the radio. I just wish I could have done it before he passed away. And a friend that was helping her take care of stuff brought me the radio, and it was a Wuxen handheld. And I call it old scratchy because when you turn it on, you'd hear that. Hold on, let me pause. So when you turn it on, it would scratch. When you turn up the volume, it was you can hear the static in it. And what I did was this. Anytime a new ham started, I let them borrow old scratchy. And I always said this. It was gifted to me. If you need it and you don't have anything else, you can have old scratchy. And all the repeaters, we have 8 repeaters in our area, except for the 220, but I had it all programmed in. Everything was good, and it came and went about 4 or 5 times, believe it or not, and until those people got their stuff. Then the last person I had lent it to try to get him interested in radio, he was able to use it a couple times, and then one day I was trying to get a hold to him, and I found out he had passed away. So don't know what happened to old Scratchy. I don't know about his family. I'm not going to go try and look, but that was I wish stay with. I don't wish I could have it back, but that's one of those things that it went. So yeah, that was my story. Okay. Anybody else anywhere wishing to check in? The repeater that we're on VA3PGC is going to ID here in a second. So I'm just going to pause and let it do that, and then we'll be right back with you for our final words. How close are we to 9 o'clock? It's almost there. I see it's 8:59. So here we go. Here we go.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m.
Okay, see, that's my 9 p.m. warning. On the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, let me check to everybody that's out there. Let's see. Questions for what's going on the weekend. This is from Polar Boy. Just got back from West Virginia, activated Thompson Run State Park, and also activated Beaver Creek State Park from southeastern Ontario. That's awesome. Also, either activating US 1952 Geneva State Park or possibly building a 5-element HF Yagi. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right, Polar Boy, thanks for being out there. On the screen in front of you, if you're watching, I have the bag for my JNC M750 portable radio antenna that I had with me yesterday. I have the JNC 59 shortwave dipole antenna. It's a pretty cool antenna. You see a roll of coax in there, but then you see the suitcase there. What you don't see inside the suitcase is because I have one of those big, thick, whatever that everybody wants to get, those big, thick, airtight, waterproof boxes things that you put your stuff in. It has all the foam in it. That's good, but it's too heavy. And after my shoulder surgery, I just can't pick it up. It's too big. So I went out with those bags and the antennas, the telescopic antenna, the rod, and all that stuff that's in there. I looked for a suitcase that would hold that antenna. So in that suitcase, and I'll take pictures of it. It has my FT991A. It has my Bueno battery that does about 4 hours on 100 watts. It does it every time. I have 50 foot of coax. I have that antenna. I have the radio, the battery, the cable, all that stuff like that, and mouse, the mouse pad, the laptop, and all those little things, all tucked away. It's not even full, but I have all that, and I have that in that little suitcase. If you're watching, let me pause. So what I'll be doing on the weekend is I'll get some foam because I still had some foam left, and I will put the foam in there in little places because that M750 does come with a spike. So I'll get some foam, and so that when I put the spike in there, it won't tear anything up. But that's going to be my little Podorova. As I said, I work downtown Ottawa, and there's so many parks there. So I'm going to look like a tourist, and I'll be just walking down the street with my little suitcase behind me like so many people do. And then there's all types of benches and stuff like that around, and I'll just put the suitcase up there, and within about 5 or so minutes, I'll be on the air. So that's what I got there. Okay. Anybody else with any comments to end off the night, please come now. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Oscar Tango for a supplementary.
Yeah, go ahead. Navigation license Victor Echo 3 Tango Oscar Tango. Come on in.
was listening to VE3SVR this week, Wednesday evening, and curious, it's a C4FM club from British Columbia. It seems to be only the E7 members, and I wasn't able to contact them, but it was interesting. This is the second or third time. Are you aware of how they make it to that repeater?
No, I didn't catch it. Let me write that in my notes, by the way. What was the repeater? What's the repeater name again?
VE3SVR. It's a 146.760.
I had a similar experience one time. Well, twice. That I kept calling into a repeater, kept calling in. I thought the people were ignoring me. And I found out like there's a weather net that was on every morning. I forget what frequency. And I just listened to them for months, trying to get ready and get prepared to say what they need to say because they would just report weather in their area. And turns out I had the wrong tone. The other repeater that I had a similar issue with was the Covey Hill repeater. I forget the call sign, but they changed their tone, and I cannot change it in my radio, and I forgot about that. And I kept calling, and I thought I was being ignored there as well, but only it's the different tone. So that may be it. But now that you give me a repeater, we have some very talented individuals here, so I'll check that out and see what's up with that, okay? And if anybody's listening on the V3 PGC repeater that wants to chime in on that, you're welcome to do so. Okay, nothing heard. Okay, anyone with any final things or any crosstalk? We had, with not including me, we've had 14 check-ins tonight. That's pretty awesome. So thank you, everybody, for making this a wonderful night. I'm always blessed, and I'm always surprised. I ran in the room there, and I said to my wife, oh, there's somebody already on the repeater, and it was V3K and you. So I'm always happy to have everybody out there and wish everybody to come back, okay? Any final comments? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So what I'd like to say, the folks that are still here now, KG5GVQ, VA3GIC, K65 Foxtrot India, NX3F, K5BDL, and VE3KU, that's like me running a pile up there. I really appreciate you guys being out there all the time. I see your names all the time, and I want to personally thank you for making this a fun net there. And for the for the new at heart folks with 50 years, we all wish you a great 50-year celebration out there. Have a lot of fun. And for all you that are out there, I do have a Facebook page there. So on the air with VA3EWV, if you're out there having any radio fun, you want to come and throw some pictures in there for us. For some fun stuff that you're doing out there, that'll be great. So that's on the air of VA3EWV. Also, visit my YouTube channel, on the air of VA3EWV. We'll be glad to see you there, and you can always watch the old videos there. I am proud to say, let me see if I can see it. Yeah, 605 subscribers. That's pretty doggone boss. 2 years, 605. No, excuse me. Yeah, 2 years with my YouTube channel, and I think that's what it is. And 605 subscribers, 372 videos, and we have a playlist. And for the folks that are on YouTube tonight, we always play a song on the way out. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a song on the way out, and we're going to be playing Radio Frequency Fun. So everybody have a good evening. 7-3 to everybody, and we'll see you next week if you're out there, Lord willing. Okay, like I said, any other last comments, please come now before we start the YouTube fun.
Ernest, this is KG5F5. Thank you for the wishes for our anniversary, but also want to give a big thanks out to you for all you're doing with ham radio for us. With that, I'll
Thank you so much. We absolutely appreciate you being out there. All right. Anyone else? Come on now. I think radio games. Yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight.
That's KJ5GVQ. Y'all all have a great week, and hopefully we'll.
Y'all, it's a radio.
Let me through you, go.
Y'all, it's a.
Roger. Thanks for being out there. KG5GVQ. They're all ham. All right. Okay, so for all you guys, if you go over to the YouTube channel, we're going to play radio games. That's going to be our first song tonight. And then what everybody doing, so yeah, I'm going to do radio games because of all the stuff happening this weekend. And for the people out there doing parks and going to multiple parks, I'm going to play On the Road Again, one of the other songs that my friend VA3EWV-L made for me. Okay, we'll see everybody next week. Head over to YouTube and we'll get these songs started.
Y'all, it's a radio field day and tenants up high. Good friends, good vibes under clear blue sky. Static free, we sip and drink, summer's in the air. Frequencies tuning, ain't got no cares to spare. Radio games playing all day. Contact 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass, wave that signal strong from coast to land. Transmitting joy, ain't no better pastime. Laughter in a static shared on every line. Round here we groove, mix of beats and waves, harmony electric in these radio days. Radio games playing all day. Contact 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass, yeah. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Crank the knob, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airways, strange but not strange. From dusk to dawn, we chatter and we laugh. Frequency of language, speak and telegraph. Hearts connected, bound by unseen thread. In this summer fun, every moment lasts. Radio games playing all day. Contact 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass, yeah. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Crank the knob, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, strange but not strange. Crank the knob, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, from coast to land. Radio games playing all day. Contact 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, fuzz its ass, yeah. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Crank the knob, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, strange but not strange.
Okay, the next one is I'm gonna do park to park. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I have the lyrics on. If it doesn't, I'll change to the other one.
We hear the airwaves every night.
Oh, okay, we're going to do this.
We hear the airwaves every night. Park to park, our signals bright. Cheek to cheek, we keep it live. Ham radio, got that vibe. Late shift early, we don't care. Got our sound waves everywhere. 5-9 in the park, so clear. Best regards to all who hear. This is a two for make it loud. Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. On to the next part we go. In the dark we let it flow. Communications part to part. This is how we make our mark. Thanks for those activations now. From dusk till dawn we take a bow. Signal strong, we make it loud. Ham radio, we stand proud.
Yeah,
This is a two for make it loud.
right.
Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. On to the next part we go. In the dark we let it flow. Communications part to
Do
part.
reference cover solo. Let's go.
This is how we make our mark.
Oh yeah, let's go. Hello, everybody. This is On the Air with VA3EWV. On the Air with VA3EWV. And today we're going to be activating
Oh,
the
it's
White
dead
House.
twice because it's twice.
Charlie Alpha 864, I believe. Charlie Alpha 864. No, Charlie Alpha November 864. So that's what we're going to be doing.
On to the next part we go. In the dark we let it flow. Communications part to part.
Well, we appreciate the 505 there. Whiskey 8 Delta Lima Sierra. I have Dana in Ohio there. QSL.
From dusk till dawn we take a bow.
5-6 or so, southwest corner.
Signal strong,
Thank
we
you so
make
much for
it
the
loud.
activation. You have a good rest of your day. 7-3.
Ham radio, we stand proud.
Okay, hold on. We're going to do one more for the bonus round, then we're going to get out of here. Okay. Cooper Mars. Oh, since I'm driving every day now, hey, look, I do simplex on the road. National calling frequency. You guys should try it. There's a lot of people out on the next there's a lot of people out on the national calling frequencies. You just don't know it. They're there. And when I'm traveling on that 1 hour commuter today, I get out on national calling frequency, UHF and VHF, and I get people out there. So here's a song that was written for me for my drive at 5.
Cruising down the avenue, feeling so alive. Oh yeah, Biggie on the mic, it's a drive at 5. Come on. Oh, the love in the rose, my groove, feeling jazzy, feeling funky, it's the way I move. out like a charm with the scoop tones of Biggie's calm. That's right. Local folks in the rise, popping heads to the beat. This mobile radio fun is just so darn sweet. Yeah, you know, Biggie, rocking that drive and fire.
I love the beat.
Bringing joy in the funk, keeping it all alive. Yeah, from our followers, getting us on.
How you like
Jazzy
that?
funky rhythm taking us on. Static in the air, but we don't mind. The brief, smooth flow, there's treasure to find. It's a radio hero with the tune so mellow in the sea of cars. He's the ultimate fellow. Oh, baby, they was on the torches, grooving inside. With their voice pouring out, ain't nobody lying. Tell them, summer breeze, windows down, in the vibe. We can use the heat on this long, cool ride. Biggie, rocking that drive and fire. Bringing joy in the funk, keeping it all alive. Ooh, yeah. From our world, let's get in the zone with the jazzy funky rhythm taking us home.
What's going on, everybody? VA3EWV on the air. It's a nice sunny Thursday. We're about to head home. No honeydew list, no this and that. So it's going to be a good drive. This past week, we weren't even able to get a QSO. I guess the sun is shining real good out there, and everybody wants to be out and about.
Biggie, rocking that drive and fire. Bringing joy in the funk, keeping it all alive. Ooh, yeah. From our world, let's get in the zone with the jazzy funky rhythm taking us home. With the jazzy funky rhythm taking us home. Neighbors on the porches, grooving inside. With their voice pouring out, ain't nobody lying.
Radio hero.
He's a radio hero with the toe so mellow in the sea of cars. He's the ultimate fellow, Biggie. Neighbors on the porches, grooving inside. With their voice pouring out, ain't nobody lying. Tell them, summer breeze, windows down, feel the vibe. Baby, brings the heat on this long, cool ride. Biggie, no Biggie, niggas on the porches, grooving inside. With their voice pouring out, ain't nobody lying. Tell them, summer breeze, windows down, feel the vibe. Biggie brings the heat on this long, cool ride. Come on. Biggie, rocking that drive and fire. Bringing joy in the funk, keeping it all alive. Ooh, yeah. From our world, let's get in the zone with the jazzy funky rhythm taking us home. With the jazzy funky rhythm taking us home.
Okay, that's it, folks. Y'all have a great evening and a good night and a good weekend. And we'll see you we'll hear you on the air. See you next weekend. Have a great day. Bye for now. VA3EWV.